Hey, what's up, Wilson students? Too bad I can't be here today, so you're going to learn this with the sub. The first thing you're going to do here is you're going to have to organize your desktop and make sure your folders look like this. You're going to organize your desktop and have a O1 Photoshop assignment folder, and it looks like this, and you have all your assignments, your business logo, your profile picture, your assets for your posters, and your poster. Make sure you label it just like that. And then you're also going to have another folder that looks like this. I'll delete that. You don't need that. That's something that's created by Adobe Premiere Pro. Another folder that says O2 Premiere Pro Assignments, and then you have audio, images, and video. Now some of you guys already have an extra project file and all that purple stuff, okay, that purple project file. So what you're going to do here is, after you've organized all this, you're going to start Premiere Pro. As Premiere Pro is starting up, I'm going to come over here and read the directions. You're going to learn all this stuff, how to manipulate the panels and reset the panels. So once you, actually we're going to review the lessons first, okay? After Premiere Pro pops up, we're going to review the lessons first. And then the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to create a new project file. You're going to name this one Slow, Normal, Fast. And then you're going to tell Premiere Pro where to save this project file. You're going to put that here in Desktop, O2, Premiere Pro Assignment, that folder. See right there? And then you're going to make a purple project file here. Click Choose, click OK, and then I'm making a purple project file here called Slow, Normal, Fast. You should have the other one called Premiere Pro Overview as well. So you're going to work with this project. Okay, so once Premiere Pro has launched, what you're going to do here is you're going to play around and mess around with all these different panels. Here's a panel, here's a panel, that's a panel, that's a panel. These are called tabs. You have different types of tabs you can work with. Okay, graphics tabs, library tabs, so on and so forth, effects. We'll work with these later, but right now you're mostly going to be working with the assembly and the editing layer, or tabs. And then what you want to do is, let's say like you mess this up, like you accidentally move this and you put that there, and then this one you actually right click and undock it so it's like floating somewhere over here. And then like, oh my goodness, Mr. A, my stuff doesn't look like yours, it's like freaking you out. Okay, well what you do is this, you just right click, not right click, click Windows, click Workspace, go to Reset, and everything will be all good. So I want you to take about like 5 minutes or so just to mess around with these different stuff, and you can move that, you can move this one over here, put on the side, really mess up your workstation. Right click, undock this panel, move it here, undock this panel right here, and then move it there. And then to go back to normal, Windows, Workspace, Reset, Save Layout, everything's all good, it's back to normal again. Same thing with assembly. You can do it with any of these panels. You can take this one, put it right there, and then you can take this media browser thing, put it right here, so you can see that. You see this one's right here now. You can mess it up as much as you want. Windows, Workspace, and then Reset, Save Layout. Everything is back to normal again, and all is good. After you've created your project, you're going to make a sequence to start editing. So how to make a sequence is File, New, Sequence, and you're going to go to Digital SLR, 1080p, 30 frames per second. Change the sequence name to Slow, Normal, Fast. Okay, slow, comma, normal, comma, fast. Click OK. A sequence will be made for you in your project panel right here. Okay, and then you're going to go download 3 files from video only. Don't use any photo files because it won't work. So you have to use video only. Pick 3 random videos. I'll pick this one, download. I'll pick this one. Oh, that happened. Okay, download. And then I'll pick this one right here. I'll download that as well. Okay. Once you download all these files, they will be going to your download folder right here. take these 3 files and put them in your video folder. You should already have 3 video folders, 3 video files, if you've downloaded them from last class. So if you haven't done this before, you're gonna have to do this. All right, now I can drop it in there. Okay, and then you're going to import your video files. File, import, click on vid. If you want to select images, because if you have images and it's audio, if you have audio, you can do all of them. Just hold command and then click. Then click on highlight and click vid and import that. So you're going to import 3 video files that you can use to edit in Premiere Pro. So let's say I click, hold the command button, click, click, drag them here, put them there. Don't change the sequence, keep the existing sequence setting, and then you have 3 videos that you can use for editing. Okay, 3 videos you can use for editing. Now you might want to go do that and get yourself started here, so take a break. Alright, so now that you've done this part, you can go ahead and move on to doing the next part, which is actually learning and playing around with the tools. So the selection tool allows you to do this. You can select 1 clip, you can select 2 clips if you click and drag, you can select 2 clips here, click and drag, move both of them like this, or like that, or like this. Okay, I'll do Command Z to go back. If you want to move all 3 clips, you highlight all 3 and you can drag it over here, and then you can put like another clip right here, okay? So on and so forth. You can click and make the clip shorter like that, and drag all 3, pull it back, just like that. So that is what the selection tool is for, this tool right here, or click V, all right? Now, I'm gonna put on some video track because I grabbed the video, or the audio track only because I grabbed the audio, drop it in the audio track like that. Let's say I want both audio and video, I would click this and drag right here, put it there. I mean, I'm just like pretending like I'm editing, but I want to show you the next tool. Let's say I have all this stuff on my editing timeline, and I want to move all tracks that are to the right. So if I click here on this clip, I'm going to be able to drag this left and right, and anything to the right of that gets moved. See, anything to the right of this clip gets moved. Let's say I want to just move this one right here. See, all these 3 move only. But if I want to move everything, like from here on, see how everything moves. Okay, I'll do Command Z. So if I want to move the opposite direction, I click and hold. See that little arrow icon right there? I click and hold, and I'll select this one, the backwards track. So if I click here, everything to the left gets moved to the left. And if I click right here, everything to the left of that clip gets moved to the left. If I click here, everything to the left, and even this one, this random audio clip, can be moved to the left or right. Okay? So basically it's a select all to the left. This one is a select all to the right, if you think of it that way. And you can drag left and right. Okay, now go ahead and wherever you are, you're going to use a new tool. The new tool is called the Ripple Edit tool. Okay, and the Ripple Edit tool does this. If I click here at this end of that clip and I click and drag, watch what happens to the clip on the right side. Okay, all these clips on the right here gets moved over to the left, and then this clip right here itself got shorter. I'm going to do Command Z. And if I do the opposite, I can pick any of these clips. Like let's say I pick the end of this clip, the left end of this clip right here, and then I click and I drag. Oh, I click, make sure it turns yellow at the end of the clip. I could drag. That clip becomes shorter, but look what gets moved. Anything to the right side gets moved to the left a little bit. Okay, so that's how that tool works. And then for the rolling edit tool, you can't use it when you see this right here. Okay, you can't use it when a clip is by itself. You have to have clips that do not have these things right here. This little triangle, this small little triangle right there. You can't use it on clips that have that. You have to have clips that have no triangle like this. See how this clip have no triangle in between? Like that? Like let's say if I drag this one all the way out and I put them together, you see that little triangle? This tool, the rolling edit tool, can only be used when there are no triangles. See, look, if I try to use the rolling edit tool, I click and drag, it doesn't work. But if I click and drag here, it does work. And that is to basically make this clip longer, but the clip to the right of it shorter, or you can click and drag to the left, it'll make this clip on the right shorter, but the clip on this clip to the left shorter, and this clip on the right longer. So that's how you use that ripple editing tool. And then the rate stretch tool is something that changes the speed. I'm going to highlight all of these, I'm going to delete all of them, and I'm going to drag all these up into the timeline again. The rate stretch tool changes the speed. Like for example, I want to make this clip longer, but it's the same clip, but I'm going to make it longer, and it tells you by how many % as well. And look what happens when I play it back, when I make it longer. Okay? It's in slow motion because you're taking something and stretching it out. But if I smush it, look what happens. Okay? Because what I did was I made a normal clip longer so it had more time to play. So it slows down the clip. Okay? But if I make this clip shorter, it has less time to play the entire clip, the clip becomes sped up. So this is a cheap trick to doing slow motion and fast motion. And remember, you're going to be using this tool a little bit more later. So go ahead and take about like 5 minutes, time yourself, play around with this tool, and then once you get comfortable with it, then you can move on. Okay, so the next tool is the razor tool. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, you want to remove the clip in between, click the razor tool right here, chop, chop, click the selection tool, click that middle clip, delete, and I want to replace that with another clip. I can put that in between like that, okay, and it overwrites this clip, but that's the whole point is you want to remove something like in between, like here and here, click on that, delete it. That's basically what you use it for. Of course, you can also, I'm going to right click, I'm going to undo here. What you can also do is also just like, I just want to trim just a little bit like right, I just want to trim that part right there. I want to cut that part out, and then I'm going to click selection tool and select that and cut it out. Basically, that's what the razor tool is for. Now I want to talk about the slip and slide tool. Okay, the slip tool you can only use on clips that don't have these markers at the end. Like see this? See this one has a marker? If I try to use this little end marker and the left end and right end marker, you can click on it and nothing happens when you drag left and right. Okay, but if you have a clip that's being shortened like that and like this, and then there are no end markers, you can actually use that. And see that? On the left side and right side, the left side, this left side right here is where you want the clip to start, and that right side right there is where you want this clip to end. And notice how the clip stays exactly the same duration. Okay, you have to have something like this, not something like this, to be able to use the slip tool. It just gives you a new start and end point. Here's your start point, here's your end point. And then the slide tool, and I'm going to Command Z real quick so I can get everything back to there. The slide tool, click and hold. The slide tool just does this. You slide this clip over here just takes over that whole spot right there, see? Watch one more time. Click and drag is chopping off this clip, the right side of this clip. And you can do the same thing here. on the right side is chopping off that clip right there. Okay? Okay, so the next tool is called the pen tool, but we're not going to use that yet. We're going to click and hold and then use the rectangle tool. You can use the rectangle tool right here. Watch what happens to this part right here. When I click and drag on the video, I make if you want to, is a rectangle. And then it makes this thing right here is an overlay above the video clip. And I can make multiple shapes on the same layer or the same clip or the same, I call it transparency. I don't need that one on top, okay? But when you move the playhead away and then you make another clip or make another shape, see how this one pops up? All right? So you can do that as many times as you want. You can make it the shape as small as you want. But you keep making these shapes here. And then you can also add circles. Click and hold, do circles. I'll make my own circle like right here, like that. Okay, you can make a circle that goes like this. See how they're in the same transparency or on the same transparency, but if I move here, I make my circle, like a long circle like that, a new transparency was made. Okay, and if you want to move those shapes around, you click this, you go to whichever one you want to move, click on that, click on this, and then you're able to move these shapes around. Or if you want to move this one right here, you want to move that shape, or you want to click and move that shape, you can do that. But you have to be on the right transparency. And that's why it's important to learn all this concept in Photoshop first before you actually come in here in Premiere Pro to do this. All right, the hand tool is pretty straightforward. Click the hand tool and you drag this left and right. Click on this and you can drag left and right. Or you can just use this bar right here. So the hand tool to me, personally, is useless. And if you want to zoom, you click and hold. You can click here, zoom in, okay, and hold Option, zoom out. Hold Option, click, and you can zoom out. All right? Again, zoom in, or the hand tool. You probably want to use the zooming more than the hand tool. All right, moving on to the text tool. Text tool is just basically this. You put the text on top of that layer right there and type text. Okay, text. Same thing as Photoshop. You have a layer of text there that's on this transparency, and you can move the text around. You can put it here. But if you, let's say, have enough space right here, and then you put the text, you're going to make a new transparency. See that transparency popping up? Okay? So that text right there, I'll just type hi, something like that. That new transparency is made, but only has text. This one only has shapes, or a shape. This one has text. So different transparencies based on the different tools that you use. And you can also combine, just like what I did right here. Okay, I put the text over there, get this, click on that text, move it around, click on the shape, move it around, reshape, so on and so forth, just like Photoshop. Okay, but you don't have to do Command T to get to Transform tool. There, just like that. Click out of it, and then you're good. All right. So your job by the end of today is to be able to do this, to do something similar to this. There you go. Okay, here's an example. Okay, something like this, a slow motion, something that's normal motion, and something that's a fast motion. And you also have to have these titles right here. Slow, normal, right there, and right here, fast. Okay, if you can figure out how to make something this cool, go for it. Or you can do something like this. You have the title for normal, and this is normal motion. You have the title for slow motion, and they're moving in slow motion. And then you have the title for fast motion, and then you have them moving fast. So that's what you're going to do. Okay? So that's the challenge for today, to make sure that I know you know how to use these tools and do what I just showed you. Just imagine I did my slow motion, my normal motion, and my fast motion already. Vertical, and I'll even put this here. Let's do a horizontal text. I'll do, this is normal. Okay. Click, drag, put it right there. Drag this all the way across. So normal for 10 seconds. Now, you're going to export. File, not save, file, export, media. H.264 is your format. Preset is going to be YouTube 1080p. And then the output name, you're going to have to click on Desktop, O2 Premiere Pro Assignments. Name it Slow, Normal, Fast. And I'll just call it version final, so I know I'm done editing. That's my final version that I'm submitting. Save it. Export it. It's going to take a few seconds to export. So there's a file right here that's being created. Remember, there was a video file and a audio file, and then they got smushed into one as a video and audio file. Take that to Google Drive, drag it, drop it into your Google Drive. I'm not going to drop it into the Google Drive, okay? After it finished uploading, right-click, get the shareable link, copy the shareable link, go to School Loop, and then handle your business. Go here, click this, click Locker, and then you can do that from there. Or go to my progress report. All right, good luck, and this is what I want to see. One last time, this is what I want to see. Something similar to this. Normal motion, slow motion, so there has to be one normal, one slow, and one fast motion. And these titles. All right, good luck.